Alright, Scott, today we're talking Gears 4, the online
Yeah.
open beta only for multiplayer. And we have some pretty strong feelings about this.
Oh yeah. So I think we've both played all of the Gears.
I didn't get to
series.
play the
Well, no,
most
you
recent
haven't-
one. I didn't get to play the most recent one, but I definitely
Yeah,
am a
'cause you have
really big
the-
fan of Gears.
You've got the Ultimate Edition. I played them back when 360 was the main console.
Yeah.
The Xbox One wasn't even out yet.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed all the other ones. I'm hoping this one is gonna be not just multiplayer. I mean, Gears of War definitely shouldn't be just multiplayer.
Oh,
I
it won't
didn't
be.
get to play the. I didn't get to play the multiplayer in the other games, but this one was okay. It wasn't exactly the greatest.
I completely agree with you, dude. The multiplayer in this game, I found that it was pretty buggy in some places. Like, I would join into a game. Actually, when we tried to play the other day, when I tried to join in, my screen was completely bugged, and I noticed this happened prior. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but it's kind of buggy. The maps, I mean, you get 3 maps when you start off and you load into the game. You have 3 maps you can choose from. That would be Dam, Harbor, and Foundation. And they're all really close quarter combat maps. They're really compact, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but I never think I bought Gears of War for the multiplayer, you know? Like, I bought Battlefield for the multiplayer. And you know what, I've even bought like Modern Warfare 2 for the multiplayer and stuff like that. But I mean, Gears on the other hand, that has always been like a really single player. Or, you know, a co-op,
Yeah.
but for the campaign, you know.
I mean, I've played all of the Gears of War up to like the second hardest difficulty. There's been so many other games, so I mean, I'll eventually go back and play everything else through the hardest difficulty.
So what do you,
But it definitely is not a really multiplayer oriented game.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. So what do you think about the 3 maps? I mean, I know you didn't get too much time to play, but I mean, what do you think about them?
Yeah. I mean, it was okay. I mean, I only played like maybe 4 or 5 games, and it just didn't seem like Gears of War.
Nothing
because
super
I was
fancy,
so used to the. I wasn't too impressed since I've been so used to the single player aspect of it, single / co-op. So it just didn't seem like the true Gears that I used to play back when it was on the 360.
Oh, dude, I totally agree. I mean, like I said, super compact, and it didn't have it didn't have the Gears feeling. You know, when you think of Gears, it's like wide open, and it's compact. When you bring the compact aspect into Gears, I don't find it as much enjoyable. So,
No.
I mean, we can honestly say that we didn't really care for the multiplayer aspect of the game, huh?
No, I mean, the game mechanics seemed pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the only gripe that I've always had with Gears is the the sprinting aspect of it, where you kind of have that over-the-shoulder thing. That's the only thing I never liked about the Gears series, and they kind of kept that with it, because I mean, I guess that's kind of the icon of,
the classic
of
kind of
what
run.
Gears is. But, I mean, the game mechanics are pretty much the same. It seemed like every other Gears of War game, but it was really fun.
So we should talk about the 3 game modes that you have when you launch the beta. So everybody knows classic Team Deathmatch. It's very simple. It's a really easy concept. Team Deathmatch. It's a 5v5. Go in, and you have 15 respawns on each team, and whichever team drops the other team to no respawn wins. I mean, it's really simple. What did you think about the new concept, the new game type, dodgeball?
That was really interesting.
It was.
At first, I kind of thought it was more like a search and destroy, and then you kind of explained it more, because I like I said, I only played a couple games. I think I played like two of that, and like the other what the other one? I don't remember what that one was.
Co-op versus AI. We'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, that one.
Let's explain dodgeball before we go into it. So, for the people that don't know what dodgeball is, so it is a 5v5, and each team only has 5 respawns. And once one of your teammates dies, the only way that they can respawn is if one of your teammates kills an enemy teammate. So essentially, teamwork is absolutely key, and it's a really intense game mode because you're basically, I mean, you can come back from nothing. I mean, it could be a 1v5, and you can completely come back, and you can win for your team, and you can bring your whole team back in. And that is, like I said, it's a really fun, but it's really intense. But I've never seen this kind of concept in a game, so I could really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it would seem if it was like implemented in other games, that would be kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I like maybe Call of Duty, it might do fairly well in that. I mean, it's kind of a search and destroy aspect of it, so I'm pretty sure those kind of players would really like that kind of a game. I mean, I've gone back and forth between search and destroy and other games like that. It's kind of a cool aspect of it, but it's
like a search
it's
that
new.
you can respawn from and without a bomb. So it's kind of like search, but let's get into the last game mode. So co-op versus AI, which is again super simple. I mean, what do you think about that?
It seemed kind of like a horde, sort of.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
it wasn't quite like that. I mean, it was super hardcore. It was basically like the hardest difficulty on Gears, but in a horde mode. So, because I haven't played Gears in a long time, I wasn't kind of used to it, so I died quite often, and especially since I didn't play it a whole lot.
Yeah.
But it seemed like it was a really cool game type to play.
To get back into
like,
the
as a
game at
horde.
least, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
like us, we just finished Division Let's Play, and when we went back to it, we had like no idea what to do. So I mean, this kind of game type would really help us kind of get back into the Gears feel. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I do wish there was more than just the hardcore version, so then
Yes.
people who like are just starting out don't just die immediately, kind of like what I did in the very beginning.
yeah.
I mean, after I started playing it longer, I was able to actually like do better and kind of got used to the Gears feeling again, but it would be nice to have more than just hardcore.
It is,
I mean,
is
like-
really tough, dude. It is. I mean, when they set the difficulty of the AI, so, I mean, again, we'll explain it. It is you and 4 other teammates versus not necessarily versus an enemy team of the computer, but it's set to the absolute hardest difficulty. So it is, in a way, it's almost like you're going against really good players. I mean, it is really
Yeah.
tough. I mean, it is a really hard concept, and I do wish that you could make it on a lower difficulty. I feel like that's something that's going to be implemented though in the full
Yeah.
release.
I'm hoping so.
So let's talk about weapons now. So, I mean, I have one thing that I hated, and it was stupid overpowered, and again, I'm a big Gears fan. But I don't remember this, so if this was in a previous Gears, again, sorry ahead of time, but the drop shot. It is a weapon that is way too overpowered. I mean, you are instantly killing people. I mean, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it was quite overpowered. It's almost like I think it was Boom Shot in
Yeah.
Halo.
No,
Yeah,
Boom
and
Shot
it
was in
came
Gears
kind of.
as well.
Okay, it was Gears. Okay, yeah. So it seems kind of like the Boom Shot in Gears. I think that was pretty OP when I was playing the single player. I mean, I killed enemies pretty quickly with that as well.
Yeah.
Other than the Hammer of Dawn. but
And you know
that's
what it
another thing.
is? What it is it's not necessarily only like the drop shot. What I notice is it's like any kind of weapon that has like an explosion. So whether it's the drop shot, the boom shot, or frag grenades, I mean, they're really overpowered, I think. I mean, I get it. If there's a grenade by you in real life, it's gonna blow you up. But,
No,
I mean, we're fighting or aliens, dude, or whatever they are, this form. So, I mean, it's...
yeah, this
you
is
can't
this is
make it
no
super...
battle royale.
Yeah, you can't... I feel like you can't make it super realistic. I mean, keep some of the realistic aspects, but, like, the drop shot, that's gotta go. Or it has to be nerfed. And the grenade damage, I feel like it's just too much. It's way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other weapons that you would say you didn't like, or?
No, I mean, I still like the original, I don't remember the gun name, but the one
Lancer.
that has the saw on it.
Lancer.
Lancer, yeah. I mean, I always ran that. I ran that throughout the entire game, and I always, like, loved sawing people in half. The animation is so cool.
Yeah, but
Although the animation, I feel like the animation wasn't as good in this one as it was in the other ones. I mean, I didn't get to use it as much since you're playing multiplayer.
yeah,
but the animation just didn't seem as good as it used to be.
and as a little side note, maybe it's because I've been playing the Division, or I'm just used to like weapons that can kill in a couple hits. The Lancer, I feel like it's extremely underpowered. I mean,
Yeah.
you almost have to dump a whole entire mag into someone to kill them, and I mean, it kind of takes the playability away. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, because that's like a main weapon that most people
Yeah.
use.
yeah, oh yeah. I mean, of course, the saw
I mean-
is instant kill, but I mean, just to get
Mhm.
up to saw somebody, it's almost impossible.
Mm-hmm. But I think it was sort of underpowered in the actual game. I mean, it took quite a bit. I mean, yes, it's aliens, so you are shooting several mags and everything, but I think I was shooting like 1 or 2 mags into an enemy before they were killed. But
Yeah.
it's been a while, so I don't fully remember.
Okay. So Scott, let's talk about the feel of the game. How did the game feel? I mean, in terms of older Gears, like the feel of the older Gears to what you just experienced. I mean, for the most part,
I mean,
it feels pretty similar, right?
yeah, I mean, of course, the graphics are a lot better since it's a like newer game and everything like that. But
Yeah.
like I said before, it was like the same feel, the game mechanics and all that stuff were exactly the same. It seemed like all the other Gears just better, and probably hopefully a good storyline as well.
Yeah.
Later on down the road.
That's what I'm really hoping for as well. I'm hoping for a really good storyline, because that's going to be like the saving grace for this game, I think. Because I would
Mhm.
definitely not buy it for the multiplayer.
No, I mean, I'm still gonna get it, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play it as much if it's just mostly multiplayer oriented like Battlefield is.
Yeah. But I mean,
Because
Battlefield
they didn't
really
do that
pulls
great
it
of a
off.
job.
Battlefield can pull
Oh
it off.
yeah, definitely.
So that actually you actually answered my next question, which was going to be graphics. I mean, the graphics, I mean, they look good. It's still very Gears of War. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
the classic graphics that you would expect. Improvements were made, but besides the occasional bug, and besides the weapons, how we rated it with the overpoweredness, and the multiplayer not being able to have a lot of variety. And I mean, yeah, I get it, it's a beta, but not even being able to adjust the difficulty of the AI that you go up against. What is your concluding? Trying to think.
Rating.
Yeah, there you go.
Rating.
Rating.
I'd say the game would probably be like a 5, but I'm gonna give it a 6 just for the Gears of War-ness and hopefully that there's gonna be something better in the multiplayer as well as in the actual storyline. So I'm gonna give it potential.
Okay.
So it's a 5. It's a 5 because of everything else, but I will give it 1 extra point because I'm going to assume that they're gonna have a good single player.
Okay. You know what, dude? I was actually thinking I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. it's a good series. I mean, the series is really good. I've enjoyed all the other games, but for this one, changes have got to be made before I play it or before I buy it.
Yeah.
All right. Ending is the 6. Gears, you can do some improving.
Mm-hmm.